I'd like to put another formula into this spreadsheet. This formula is to reside in the cell D6, so I've clicked on D6. This formula is to grab the first sales figure in C6 and to multiply it by the percentage I have sitting in B3. So in the cell D6 I'll put equals, click on C6, press the star and click on B3. When I press enter, C6 times B3 is $59.93. If I then click on this result, put my mouse in the bottom right corner until I get the thin black cross and double click, expecting the formula to correctly fill down, I get these bizarre answers. If I want to see why I've got these bizarre answers, I can press the key combination Control tilde. Tilde is the key that directly resides under the escape key, and this allows me to see my formulas. And if I press it again, it shows me my answers. If you can't remember the key Control tilde, and by the way, I'll just type what tilde looks like. It's that character there. If you don't want to press Control tilde and instead press a button, I would suggest that you go to the Formulas tab in the ribbon and that you choose this button, Show Formulas. When I click this button, it shows me the formulas, and when I click it again, it turns off the formulas, in the same way as Control tilde does. Now this is a handy button to actually add to your Quick Access toolbar. So I'm going to right click this button and then left click Add to Quick Access toolbar. Now I can stay in the Home tab in my ribbon, and if I want to see the formulas, I now have this button on my Quick Access toolbar, and I can show the formulas and hide the formulas. Now the problem with the formula is the formula in D6 is correct. It is C6 times B3, but if I show you the formulas, what has happened is the B3 is relatively adjusted to B4, B5, B6, B7 and B8, and we don't want that to happen. The 15% or 0.15 resides in B3 and only B3, so I need to have an absolute reference to B3. I want the C6 to change as it goes down, but I don't want the B3 to change. So what we do here is we click on the formula, and we click up in the formula bar on the B3 part of the formula, which is the problematic part of the formula. I'm then going to press the function key F4. F4 automatically applies dollars to B3. And now you can see instead of B3 I have $B $3, and I'll press enter. If I then click on my original formula and double click the thin black cross to fill down the new formula and replace the old ones, you can see I've got $B $3 going all the way down. And if I show my results rather than my formulas, I can see I have correct answers now. To continue this exercise, I'd like to click in F6. In F6, I'd like to grab the sales figure in C6 and multiply it by the percentage sitting in the cell F5. So I press the equals key, I click on C6, I press the star, and I click on F5. Now I know when I fill this formula down that C6 will change to C7, C8, C9, C10 and C11, and that's great, but I don't want the F5 to change. I need that to be an absolute reference or a constant. So I'm going to press the key F4 before I press enter. That immediately applies dollars to my reference F5, and I'll press enter. $39.95 is correct. When I put my mouse in the bottom right corner and double click, the rest of the answers are correct as well. If I click in G6, I'd like to put a formula that grabs again the first sales figure and multiplies it by the percentage sitting in the cell G5. So I press the equals key, I click on C6, I press the star, and I click on G5. I want to lock G5 and make it an absolute or constant reference, so I'll press the function key F4. This is much quicker than typing the dollars, and I'll press enter. I'll then click on my result, put my mouse in the bottom right corner until I get a thin black cross, and I'll double click. And let's repeat it for this particular cell. In H6 I want equals C6 star H5, and I'll press the key F4 to lock it in. I'll press enter, click on my result, and double click the thin black cross. So whenever you need a cell reference to not change when a formula is filled down or copied and pasted to another location, you need to apply dollars, and the quickest way to do it is to press the function key F4. If I show my formulas, I can see when I'm viewing my formulas that references to B3 are locked in, references to F5 are locked in, G5 is locked in, and H5 is locked in. If I then go back to seeing my answers, the beauty of this arrangement is, if I was to change this percentage to 17, all my GS2 results immediately change because they're all looking at B3. If I change it back to 15, they all change again. If times get tough and I need to reduce my discount levels, I can change this to 5, and they recalculate 10 and 15.